In a land where mountains touch the sky and 7 tribes stand divided, a legendary warrior named ZUBERE rises to face an imminent threat. A ruthless band of desert raiders is on the march, intent on conquering the peaceful hills of Yanga. With each tribe possessing unique strengths and challenges, ZUBERE knows he must unite them before darkness descends. But will he be able to pass the test of courage, compassion, and wisdom that lie ahead? Join ZUBERE on his epic journey as he strives to bring together the tribes for the ultimate battle against their common enemy. ZUBERE stands at the foot of the first hill, looking up at the steep path that leads to the tribe of Upopo. This tribe is known for its speed. To win their trust, ZUBERE must prove that he can match their speed. He prepares himself and begins to climb the hill quickly. As he reaches the top, the people of Upopo watch in surprise. ZUBERE asks them to join him in the fight against the raiders. They agree, impressed by his determination. Next, ZUBERE heads to the second hill, where the Moto tribe lives. This tribe values strength above all. To earn their respect, ZUBERE challenges their strongest warrior to a contest of strength. The two engage in a fierce struggle, and after a tough match, ZUBERE emerges victorious. The Moto tribe cheers for him, and they agree to join him in his fight. On the third hill lives the Kwitu tribe, known for their healing powers. ZUBERE knows that to win them over, he must show that he cares for the well-being of others. He helps the Kwitu heal a wounded animal, showing compassion and strength. The tribe is moved by his actions and decides to join him. ZUBERE then travels to the fourth hill, home to the Nyota tribe. They are skilled in navigation and knowledge of the stars. To win their support, ZUBERE must pass a test of knowledge. He answers their questions about the sky and the land. The Nyota tribe is impressed by his wisdom and agrees to unite with him. The fifth hill is where the MTI tribe resides, known for their connection to nature. To gain their loyalty, ZUBERE must show respect for the earth. He plants a tree as a symbol of his commitment to protecting nature. The MTI tribe is touched by this gesture and decides to fight alongside him. Next, ZUBERE journeys to the sixth hill, home to the Kosi tribe, who are known for their skills in crafting and building. To win their trust, ZUBERE helps them repair their homes that were damaged by the raiders. His hard work earns their respect, and they agree to join him in battle. Finally, ZUBERE reaches the seventh hill, where the last tribe, the Wingu, resides. They are known for their wisdom and connection to the spirits. To earn their support, ZUBERE must complete a spiritual challenge. He spends the night in meditation, seeking guidance from the spirits. In the morning, the Wingu are satisfied with his dedication and agree to join him. With all 7 tribes united, ZUBERE prepares for the battle against the desert raiders. The tribes come together, sharing their strengths and skills. They create a plan that combines the speed of Upopo, the strength of Moto, the healing knowledge of Kwitu, the navigation skills of Nyota, the respect for nature from MTI, the craftsmanship of Kosi, and the wisdom of Wingu. As the raiders approach, ZUBERE leads the united tribes into battle. The fight is fierce, but the combined strength of the tribes proves to be too much for the raiders. With bravery and teamwork, ZUBERE and the tribes defeat the raiders, protecting their homes and their way of life. After the victory, ZUBERE stands with the leaders of the 7 tribes. They realize that they are stronger together and decide to form a council to maintain their unity. The council meets regularly to discuss important matters and ensure peace among the tribes. ZUBERE feels proud of what they have accomplished and knows that their bond will last. Months later, ZUBERE and the council members travel to visit the tribes and check on their progress. The tribes are flourishing, and the people are living in peace. ZUBERE is pleased to see that the unity he fought for has taken root, and he encourages the tribes to continue working together. During a visit to the Kwitu tribe, ZUBERE meets with the healers. They share their knowledge of healing herbs and medicine with him. ZUBERE realizes that healing is just as important as strength in their fight against threats. He promises to support the healers and ensure their skills are valued. As time goes on, ZUBERE's reputation grows, and people from other lands come to seek his advice. They want to learn how he united the tribes and maintained peace. ZUBERE shares his story, emphasizing the importance of understanding and respect. He encourages others to follow the same path to unity. One day, a messenger arrives with news of a new threat. A rival tribe has begun to attack small villages on the outskirts of Yanga. ZUBERE knows that they must act quickly to protect their people. He calls a meeting with the council to discuss a plan of action. The council decides to send a delegation to negotiate with the rival tribe. ZUBERE volunteers to lead the group, knowing that diplomacy is key to avoiding further conflict. The council supports him and prepares for the journey, hoping for a peaceful resolution. As they approach the rival tribe's territory, ZUBERE recalls the lessons he has learned from the 7 tribes. He approaches the rival leader with respect and humility, offering a chance for peace. The rival leader is initially wary but agrees to listen. During the negotiation, ZUBERE shares the story of how he united the 7 tribes to face a common enemy. He explains that unity is stronger than conflict and that both tribes can benefit from cooperation. The rival leader considers ZUBERE's words and agrees to a truce. ZUBERE returns to Yanga with the news of the successful negotiations. The council and the tribe celebrate their continued peace. ZUBERE emphasizes the importance of maintaining relationships and open communication with other tribes. As the years pass, ZUBERE's influence continues to grow. He mentors the next generation of leaders, sharing his experiences and teaching them about the values of unity and compassion. ZUBERE believes that the future of Yanga lies in the hands of its youth. One day, as he walks through the hills, ZUBERE reflects on his journey. He knows that the world is constantly changing, but the lessons of unity will always remain. He is proud of the leaders he has helped train, and he feels hopeful for the future of Yanga. As ZUBERE grows older, he begins to prepare for the day when he will step back from his leadership role. He gathers the chiefs of the 7 tribes and speaks to them about the future. "I have led you through war, and now we are in a time of peace," he says. "But the work of leadership must continue. It is time for the next generation to take up the torch." The chiefs listen carefully, knowing that this moment has been coming for some time. ZUBERE suggests that the council take on an even greater role, with more decisions being made collectively, ensuring that no single person carries the weight of leadership alone. The chiefs agree, and they begin to train younger members of their tribes to take on roles in the council. ZUBERE also mentors several young warriors and leaders, sharing his wisdom and experience with them. He teaches them not only the art of war, but also the art of diplomacy, compassion, and patience. Leadership is not about power, he tells them. It is about service. If you wish to lead, you must first learn to serve. One evening, as the sun sets over the hills of Yanga, ZUBERE stands at the edge of the 7th hill, looking out over the land he helped unite. The sky is painted with hues of orange and purple, and the air is calm and peaceful. He knows that his time as a leader is coming to an end, but he feels no sadness, only gratitude for the journey he has taken and the people he has served. The chiefs and the people of Yanga gather to bid ZUBERE a final farewell as their leader. They present him with gifts, tokens of their appreciation for all he has done. But ZUBERE refuses to take credit for their peace. "This peace belongs to all of us," he says. "I am proud to have walked this path with you, but it is your unity, your strength, that has made this possible." As the sun dips below the horizon, ZUBERE steps away from the leadership role he has held for so long. He is no longer the warrior who led them into battle, but the elder who guided them into peace. And as he looks out over the hills of Yanga, he knows that the future is bright, not because of any one leader, but because the people of Yanga now stand as one. Though the war is over, the people of Yanga are still recovering from its effects. Villages damaged by the raiders need to be rebuilt, crops that were lost must be replanted, and families must heal from the trauma of battle. ZUBERE, along with the chiefs of the 7 tribes, focuses on leading this effort of restoration. The Kwitu healers play a central role, using their knowledge to tend to both physical and emotional wounds. The Wingu shamans call upon the spirits of the ancestors, performing rituals to cleanse the land of the blood that was spilled. The people gather to witness these ceremonies, feeling a sense of closure and renewal as the shamans chant and dance around sacred fires. Slowly but surely, life begins to return to normal. The fields bloom with new crops, the rivers flow peacefully once more, and the villages echo with laughter instead of cries of war. ZUBERE spends much of his time traveling between the tribes, ensuring that the reconstruction is going smoothly. Wherever he goes, he is greeted as a hero, but ZUBERE remains humble. He reminds the people that it was their unity that defeated the raiders, and it is their unity that will help them heal. As the years pass, ZUBERE becomes a beloved figure in Yanga, known not just as a warrior, but as a wise elder. He teaches children stories of bravery and kindness, and they gather around him, captivated by his tales. His teachings become the foundation for a new generation, instilling values of unity and compassion. One day, ZUBERE decides to host a gathering of the tribes to celebrate their recovery and reinforce their unity. He invites leaders from neighboring regions to join in the festivities, hoping to forge even more connections and alliances. The preparation for the gathering brings excitement and energy to Yanga. The tribes work together to prepare food, music, and decorations. On the day of the gathering, the hills are alive with activity. Colorful banners fly high, and the air is filled with the aroma of traditional dishes being cooked over open fires. People from all 7 tribes come together to celebrate their strength and resilience. ZUBERE, now older but filled with a spirit of joy, stands at the center of the gathering, watching as the tribes dance and sing. As the sun sets, ZUBERE takes the stage to speak. He looks out over the crowd, filled with love and pride for the people he has fought to unite. Today, we celebrate not just our victories, but the bonds we have forged, he says. Let us continue to stand together, for together we are unstoppable. The crowd erupts in cheers, and ZUBERE feels a sense of peace. He knows that he has fulfilled his purpose. The bonds between the tribes are stronger than ever, and the future of Yanga is bright. In the years that follow, ZUBERE's influence continues to grow, but he never forgets to emphasize the importance of community. He watches as new leaders rise from each tribe, trained by their elders, and inspired by the stories of the past. ZUBERE feels hopeful, knowing that the legacy of unity he has built will continue. As time goes on, ZUBERE's health begins to decline. He knows that his time on this earth is limited, but he faces it with the same courage he showed in battle. He spends his days sharing stories, teaching young leaders, and enjoying the beauty of the hills and valleys he loves. The tribes come together to support him, ensuring he feels their love and gratitude. They remind him of the strength he has given them and the unity they have achieved. ZUBERE feels a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that the people he has served will carry his teachings into the future. One day, as ZUBERE sits with Jumo, the young leader he has mentored, he shares his final wishes. I want you to lead with compassion and strength, he says, his voice weak but steady. Continue to bring the tribes together, and never forget the power of unity. Jumo nods, tears in his eyes. I promise, ZUBERE. Your legacy will live on through us. As the seasons change and the sun rises and sets over the hills of Yanga, ZUBERE finds comfort in the knowledge that he has made a difference. He may be leaving this world, but the spirit of unity he fought for will remain strong. On the day of his passing, the tribes come together to honor ZUBERE's life. They prepare a celebration filled with music, dance, and stories of the legendary warrior who united them. As they gather to remember him, they share their gratitude for all he has done. The people of Yanga build a beautiful monument on the 7th hill in ZUBERE's honor. It stands tall, a reminder of the unity and strength he inspired in them. As they place flowers and offerings around the monument, they pledge to uphold his legacy and continue to work together for a brighter future. In the months that follow, the gathering of the tribes becomes an annual tradition, celebrating ZUBERE's life and the unity he achieved. Each tribe shares their stories and accomplishments, ensuring that the lessons learned from ZUBERE are passed down through generations. As time goes on, the people of Yanga thrive, and the bonds between the tribes grow stronger. They face new challenges together, using the lessons of ZUBERE to guide them. His spirit lives on in the hearts of the people, reminding them that together they can overcome any obstacle. ZUBERE's legacy is not just a memory, it is a living testament to the power of unity. The tribes continue to honor him, ensuring that his teachings remain a part of their culture. They teach their children the importance of community, compassion, and standing together against adversity. The hills of Yanga are filled with laughter, music, and the spirit of unity. The people remember ZUBERE not just as a warrior, but as a leader who inspired them to become their best selves. His story will be told for generations to come, reminding all who hear it of the strength that lies in coming together as one. And so, the story of ZUBERE and the unity of the 7 tribes of Yanga lives on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who seek peace and understanding in the world. ZUBERE's journey continues as he prepares for the gathering of the tribes. This time, he decides to invite neighboring tribes to celebrate their unity and strength. He knows that to maintain peace, they must build relationships with others. He sends messengers to the nearby tribes, inviting their leaders to join the festivities. As the day of the gathering approaches, excitement fills the air. The tribes work together to prepare traditional foods, crafts, and performances. ZUBERE takes time to ensure that everyone feels included. He knows that unity means embracing differences and celebrating what makes each tribe unique. On the day of the gathering, the hills echo with laughter and music. People wear their finest clothes, and children run around, excited to see what the day holds. ZUBERE watches with joy as the tribes dance together, sharing stories and songs that honor their histories. During the gathering, ZUBERE stands up to speak. He shares his vision of peace and unity, emphasizing the importance of collaboration. Together, we are stronger, he says, looking out over the crowd. The people cheer, feeling a renewed sense of purpose and connection. After the gathering, ZUBERE meets with the leaders of neighboring tribes to discuss forming alliances. They sit around a fire, sharing food and stories late into the night. ZUBERE encourages open dialogue, hoping to build trust and understanding. The leaders agree to support one another in times of need. In the following months, the alliance proves beneficial. When a drought hits the region, the tribes work together to share resources. ZUBERE helps coordinate efforts, ensuring that everyone has enough food and water. His leadership inspires others to collaborate and support each other. As the seasons change, ZUBERE feels the weight of his responsibilities. He knows that with great leadership comes great sacrifice. He often reflects on his journey and the challenges he has faced. Each day, he reminds himself of the importance of the unity he fought to achieve. One morning, as ZUBERE walks through the hills, he meets a young girl named Amoni. She is curious about the stories of the tribes and asks ZUBERE to share his adventures. ZUBERE smiles and begins to tell her about his journey to unite the tribes, hoping to inspire her. Amoni listens intently, her eyes wide with wonder. She asks questions and imagines herself as a future leader. ZUBERE sees potential in her and encourages her to learn from the elders. He believes that nurturing the next generation is vital for the tribe's future. ZUBERE decides to host storytelling nights, inviting children from all tribes to gather. Each night, they share tales of bravery, wisdom, and unity. The stories help strengthen their bonds and remind them of the values that brought them together. ZUBERE feels fulfilled as he watches the children grow. As time passes, ZUBERE realizes the importance of preserving the history of the tribes. He proposes creating a book that contains the stories and lessons learned from their struggles. The leaders support his idea, and soon a team is formed to gather stories from each tribe. The process of collecting stories brings the tribes even closer. Elders share their experiences, and children learn about their ancestors' bravery. ZUBERE oversees the project, ensuring that each story reflects the values of unity and compassion. The book becomes a treasured artifact for the tribes. Meanwhile, a new challenge arises. Rumors spread about a powerful enemy gathering forces in the south. The leaders become concerned, fearing that their unity might be tested. ZUBERE calls for an emergency meeting to discuss their options. At the meeting, ZUBERE emphasizes the need for vigilance and preparation. He suggests training sessions to strengthen their warriors and improve their skills. The leaders agree, and plans are set in motion to organize regular training exercises for their young fighters. As training begins, ZUBERE takes part in the sessions, demonstrating techniques and sharing his knowledge. The young warriors look up to him, eager to learn from the legendary warrior. ZUBERE enjoys the camaraderie and feels a sense of hope for the future of the tribes. One day, during a training session, ZUBERE notices a group of young warriors struggling to work together. He gathers them and teaches them about teamwork and trust. A united front is stronger than individual strength, he reminds them. They practice working together, slowly improving their skills. As the days turn into weeks, the tribes grow stronger. ZUBERE sees the warriors develop not only in skill but also in their bond. They learn to rely on one another, embodying the spirit of unity that ZUBERE has worked so hard to instill. ZUBERE feels proud, knowing that the future of the tribes is in good hands. One evening, as ZUBERE reflects on their progress, he receives news that the enemy is approaching. The time for battle is near. ZUBERE knows he must prepare the tribes for the fight ahead. He calls for a council meeting to discuss their strategy and rally their spirits. During the meeting, ZUBERE reminds the leaders of the strength they possess together. He emphasizes that their unity is their greatest weapon against the enemy. The leaders listen intently, inspired by ZUBERE's passion. They agree to stand firm and fight for their land and their people. The following days are filled with preparation. ZUBERE leads the tribes in fortifying their defenses and practicing battle strategies. He works tirelessly, knowing that every moment counts. The warriors become more disciplined and focused, ready to defend their homes. As the enemy draws closer, the tension builds. ZUBERE gathers the warriors for one final speech before the battle. "Today, we stand together as one," he says, his voice echoing across the hills. "We fight not just for ourselves, but for our families, our tribes, and our future." With their hearts filled with courage, the warriors march to face the enemy. ZUBERE leads the charge, feeling a mix of determination and responsibility. The sight of the united tribes standing together gives him strength. He knows they are ready to defend their home. The battle begins with a fierce clash of warriors. ZUBERE fights valiantly alongside his people, using all he has learned. The sounds of clashing swords and battle cries fill the air. The enemy is taken aback by the strength and unity of the tribes. ZUBERE fights fiercely, inspiring his warriors with his bravery. He leads them through the chaos, reminding them of their purpose. "Together, we are unstoppable," he shouts, rallying their spirits as they push forward against the enemy. As the battle rages on, ZUBERE notices a group of warriors struggling against a larger force. He rushes to their aid, joining them in the fight. His presence boosts their morale, and together they push back the enemy. The tides of the battle begin to turn in favor of the united tribes. With every passing moment, the warriors of Yanga grow stronger. They fight with the spirit of unity and the knowledge that they are protecting their homes. ZUBERE feels a surge of pride as he sees the tribes working together seamlessly, each member playing a vital role. As the sun begins to set, ZUBERE spots the enemy leader trying to rally his troops. He knows that defeating their leader will turn the tide of the battle. With determination, he charges toward the enemy leader, fighting his way through the chaos. Finally, ZUBERE confronts the enemy leader in a fierce duel. The two warriors clash, each one fighting for the future of their people. ZUBERE draws on all his strength, remembering the unity of the tribes behind him. With one final blow, he defeats the enemy leader, and the opposing forces begin to retreat. The warriors of Yanga erupt in cheers, celebrating their victory. ZUBERE stands among them, filled with gratitude for the strength and unity that brought them to this moment. He knows that their bond has been tested, but they have emerged even stronger. In the aftermath of the battle, ZUBERE leads the tribes in honoring their fallen. They gather together to remember those who sacrificed their lives for their freedom. ZUBERE speaks of their bravery and the importance of remembering their stories, ensuring they live on in the hearts of the people. As peace returns to Yanga, ZUBERE focuses on rebuilding and healing. The tribes work together to restore what was lost during the battle. ZUBERE encourages the young warriors to take on leadership roles, guiding them in the ways of unity and compassion. Months later, ZUBERE reflects on the changes that have taken place in Yanga. The tribes are thriving, their bonds stronger than ever. He feels fulfilled knowing that he played a part in shaping a better future for them. ZUBERE continues to mentor young leaders, preparing them for the challenges ahead. One day, as ZUBERE walks through the hills, he meets Amoni again. She has grown into a confident young leader, eager to learn more about the responsibilities that come with leadership. ZUBERE is proud of her growth and offers her guidance as they sit together under a shade tree. Amoni expresses her desire to help the tribes continue to thrive. ZUBERE encourages her to think of new ways to foster unity and collaboration. Remember, Amoni, true leadership is about serving your people, he advises. Listen to their needs and dreams. As ZUBERE passes on his wisdom, he realizes that the future is in good hands. Amoni and the other young leaders are determined to keep the spirit of unity alive. ZUBERE feels a sense of peace, knowing that his teachings will carry on long after he is gone. As the seasons change, ZUBERE spends more time in. He often reflects on his journey and the lessons learned along the way. He feels grateful for the life he has lived and the bonds he has forged. One day, while resting under a large baobab tree, ZUBERE senses that his time is drawing near. He knows that he must prepare himself and those around him for the inevitable. With a heavy heart, he decides to gather the tribes one last time to share his final thoughts. ZUBERE calls for a gathering of all tribes, hoping to share his love and gratitude with them. The people come together, filling the hills with laughter and warmth. ZUBERE stands before them, feeling the weight of their collective spirit. He begins to speak, sharing the lessons he has learned throughout his life. Unity is our greatest strength, he reminds them. Always stand together, for it is in our connections that we find power. The crowd listens intently, knowing that this gathering is special. As ZUBERE speaks, he encourages the tribes to continue fostering relationships with one another and to support the new leaders rising among them. The future belongs to you, he says, his voice filled with hope. Carry forward the legacy of unity, and the hills of Yanga will continue to thrive. With tears in their eyes, the people express their love and gratitude for ZUBERE. They share stories of his bravery and the impact he has had on their lives. ZUBERE feels their warmth and affection, knowing that he has made a lasting difference. In the days that follow, ZUBERE spends time with his loved ones, reflecting on the life he has led. He shares his final teachings with Amoni and the other young leaders, ensuring they feel equipped to take on their responsibilities. They promise to honor his legacy and continue to work together. One peaceful evening, as the sun sets over the hills, ZUBERE takes a deep breath, feeling a sense of fulfillment. He knows he has left a strong foundation for the tribes to build upon. With a heart full of love, he peacefully closes his eyes, knowing that his spirit will live on in the unity of the tribes. On the day of ZUBERE's passing, the tribes gather to honor their beloved leader. They prepare a grand celebration filled with music, dance, and storytelling. The air is filled with memories and gratitude as they come together to celebrate his life and the unity he inspired. As the people share stories of ZUBERE's bravery and kindness, they vow to continue working together. They build a monument in his honor on the highest hill, a symbol of the strength and unity he fought for. Flowers and offerings surround the monument, a testament to the love and respect they have for him. Each year, the tribes hold a special gathering to commemorate ZUBERE's legacy. They share stories, celebrate their achievements, and remind one another of the importance of unity. The spirit of ZUBERE lives on, guiding them as they face new challenges and adventures. Over time, the hills of Yanga become known for their unity and resilience. The tribes work together to create a thriving community where everyone's voice is heard. ZUBERE's teachings become a part of their culture, passed down from generation to generation. As years go by, Amoni and the young leaders rise to take their places. They continue to honor ZUBERE's legacy, ensuring that the spirit of unity remains strong. The tribes grow closer, finding strength in their diversity and shared purpose. And so, the story of ZUBERE and the 7 tribes of Yanga lives on, a reminder that unity can conquer any challenge. His spirit watches over them, guiding them toward a brighter future filled with hope, compassion, and understanding. The people of Yanga know that as long as they stand together, they will always overcome. Join ZUBERE on his incredible journey as he strives to unite the 7 tribes of Yanga against the desert raiders. This story is not just about bravery and adventure, it's a powerful reminder of the be a part of the journey. Subscribe to my channel and explore the rich world of African folktales where each chapter reveals valuable lessons about friendship, courage, and working together.